There's Peo and Tom going at it. You just can't see anything when you get in that spray. It's so difficult to find you. Brake marks, oh fuck. What's going on, guys? My name is Batilio and welcome back to Project Cars 2 and round 8 of the WSRC Group A Touring Car Championships. And this time around, as you can see, we have headed north to the very tricky and very bumpy, and in this instance very wet, Bannocbrae Street Circuit. And it's going to be 13 laps, standard 15-minute qualifying. Yeah, this is one of the races I've not really been looking forward to because it is a very, very tricky circuit. Like I said, it's very, very bumpy. There's a lot of undulation. There's quite a few off-camber corners as well, which can just drag your car right out into the barriers. And those barriers have, you know, lips and edges to them, which can, you know, catch the corner of your car and just spin you around and leave you basically stranded. So yeah, it's going to be a tricky event. But what we're going to do now is we're going to jump straight into it, and we're going to take a look and see how myself and everybody else got on in qualifying. So, on to qualifying, and it wasn't exactly the easiest qualifying for us, I'll be perfectly honest. Early on, you know, difficulties getting heat into the tyres and so on and so forth. It's a wet racetrack, of course, as you can see, running a little bit wide there. The other problem I had, even though it's a very big and long race circuit, I was running into problems with traffic and, you know, struggling to find, you know, just a bit of space in front and, you know, behind and in front, just to, you know, get a run and get in the groove and get a couple of laps in. The lap you're watching is the only actually valid qualifying lap that I actually set throughout the entire 15-minute session, and like I said, it's just such a tricky racetrack. There's bumps, there's little hidden drops, as you saw in that braking zone back there. And as you can see here, we're coming up on traffic. He did sort of let me through, but then I kind of cut his nose off. I think we make a little bit of contact, so apologies there. But yeah, it was a really tricky one to set up as well, because you want it you want the suspension like soft so it, you know, absorbs the bumps, but you don't want it too soft that it's just gonna, you know, the weight's gonna be being thrown all over the place, and the back end's gonna go all over the shop as well. So it was really hard trying to find the groove, not only in driving the car but also in setting the car up as well. When you do find that groove, though, it's a pretty enjoyable circuit, I must admit. I mean, as we come around this left-hander and up towards this really fast, I don't know, a follow-through, I suppose you could say, because you just take it flat out, a bit of curb on each side, past the Bonnie Bannock, the Bonnie Bannock pub. I think it's what it's called. Past that, that's my favourite section of the track. But as you can see, there's lots of elevation change, lots of tricky braking zones, bumpy braking zones as well, where it's very easy just to break traction at the front or the rear and just lock the brakes up, and then you're having problems. The trickiest part of the circuit is this coming up here now. So you're coming downhill, and then you pretty much got to thread the needle, and you want to scrub a little bit of speed off, because if you go flat out, you'll hit that barrier in midair. You won't hit the ground again if you go flat out through there. And then this long, you got to get slowed down for this long right-hander. It's again somewhat like that multiple apex corner in Turkey. Just so it's a very, very tricky one to get right, and as is the last corner as well, because it's quite a long corner. So it's difficult to try and find that apex, and it's very, very easy to just get dragged wide and into a whole heap of problems. But as we come across the line, it's going to be a 2:37.2, which come the end of qualifying was good enough to put us in second place. As you can see, it was Popeye who took pole position once again, then Devil Dog on his return to the series back third place. Then we've got Colonel Redeye and BMC, followed by Peo and Matt Jeffrey. Then we've got Silver Wolf followed by Twisted Tyre Fitter. We've got Tom in 10th place in his BMW, and the last two you can't see on the final row of the grid is Atreus, who's returning for the first time in like 4 or 5 weeks, and Laz as well in the other BMW. But yeah, there's the grid, guys. Before we jump into the race proper, let's just take a quick look at the table and how it stands. So after last week's disappointing result for ourselves, Popeye has now a 21-point lead at the top of the table. We're second with 126 points. So you've got Colonel Redeye, Peo and Matt Jeffrey in very, very tight competition for that third place. We've got Mitch, who isn't here this week unfortunately, Twisted Tyre Fitter, Silver Wolf, and Tom. They're all very, very close. We've got Atreus, who's returned this week, BMC Racing, who's also in there, Hotshot Kev on 24, Laz on 24. We've got Cherry Clan and Devil Dog, who is also here for this weekend. So yeah, it's going to be a tough race. As I said, it's going to be 13 laps, and there is a mandatory pit stop in there as well. It's going to be wet throughout. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head down to the grid, and we're going to get round 8 at Bannocbrae underway. And that rhymed, and I didn't mean it to. Let's do it. Okay then, guys, here we go. Had a pretty okay start. Oh shit. Oh god damn it. Now I'm going to have to sit here and just wait for everybody now. And that's pretty much race over for me. Unless I can get out just after this one. Oh no, we're stuck. Yep, we're stuck. Oh shit, why is he breaking there? I think he was trying to let me past. Cheers, bro. Oh, now my concentration's all gone to crap. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That bloody corner. Just so much understeer. Oh, now we got that to deal with. Brilliant. Good job. The minimal amount of practice I had, that was where I was having most of my accidents. And the problem now with this Cosworth is he's just going to bugger off into the distance more than likely, because that thing is so fast in a straight line. Might give us an opportunity just to get past him. We're up to 8th and we've got 7th and 6th just ahead of us. There's Peo and Tom going at it. You just can't see anything when you get in that spray. It's so difficult to find you. Brake marks, oh fuck. There's all the good work out the window again. Ill-advised to try it down there, I think, but the door was open. And now Peo's going to get away, who's the guy we realistically need to be finishing ahead of. Honestly, this place is tougher than the Nordschleife in my opinion. Yeah, the Nordschleife is long and so on, but this is just so bumpy. I honestly, not to shout, you know, call out the admins of the group in a bad way, but I don't know why they fucking chose this track. Fucking rallycross course would have been better than this shit. But still, we all have to race on it, so yeah. Has Popeye taken an early pit stop? No, he hasn't. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong bloody timing screen. Whoa, that was a moment. Whoa, shit. Oh, didn't see you, didn't see you. Not decided what lap I'm going to come in yet. I think someone's already in the pits. So we're up to 6th right now. We're so far off the lead, it's not even comical. When you have those early accidents, those early boo-boos, you just start driving within yourself a little bit, being maybe too cautious, which equally can lead you towards accidents. See what I mean? You got to be so precise with your braking zone for that, because the track just drops away and then you're locking your wheels and getting into all sorts of mischief, and it's just slowing you down so much. And admittedly, again, didn't have time to put my own setup together, so I've used one that someone popped up, and it's not bad, but it just, towards the back end of corners, it just, the grip just drops away. It's just got so much, you know, delayed understeer, I suppose you'd call it. And this is the one place you don't want to catch someone because you can't overtake them. I need to stick this side because stay out of the bloody spray. Ooh, felt the rear going then. So I mean, you cannot see anything. That's what I wanted. Didn't want to have to drop down that far a gear, but we got the job done. I think there's a Devil Dog ahead of us who's just come out of the pits, I think. Right, I'm going to go at the end of the next lap, I think, end of this lap, sorry. Right, let's take our pit stop then. So it's going to be repairs and tyres. We're in 5th at the minute. I don't think we're catching Atrius then, because it's going to be just too big of a gap. What are you doing? Change. Why do they keep doing this? Change the bloody tyres like I tell you to. You numpty morons. I don't get it. I tell them change tyres. It's even when you go to the pit stop menu, it's recommended you change the tyres. So you click yes, and then what happens? You come out and then bloody change the tyres. Fucking cockwombles. Right then, so Tom is in 5th place, just up the road. And we've got a back marker between us. I think it might be BMC. You know what I mean? I cannot see crap. Don't even know where the bloody apex is. Oh, thank you, BMC. Don't want to mess up his race. Ooh, didn't take that cleanly as I wanted to. This time I'm going the outside. Well, we're up to 5th, about 14 seconds off Atrius. Whoa, shit! No, 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 no! Oh, goddamn motherfucker! Shit! Oh, that's game over. So there you have it then, guys. Round 8 in the books, and really, really disappointing race from our perspective. Honestly, I don't know what else to say really. It was just, it was a silly mistake, and it ended the race. And stupidly for me, I didn't have the reset car button mapped at all, because I mean, you can look at it, the damage is pretty minimal at this point. There's like 9 on the back, sorry, 9 on the front and 6 on the back, but I mean, take a look at the actual the replay of the incident. I think the problems begin down here. You can just see we take a little bit too much of the grass, maybe tag the barrier just a tad, and that just pitches us outwards towards this grass verge on the left hand side. We hit that, very, very bumpy around there. The rear end breaks away from us. Tried to recover from it, got my foot flat on the brakes there, and yeah, and BMC comes over that blind crest, not expecting to see me there. He's got nowhere to go at this point, and he's just heading straight for the scene of the accident. We got off the more lucky of the two there, because I think afterwards in the Discord he said he had 47% damage. So yeah, sorry to him, obviously. It wasn't the end of the race though, however, because my accident was on lap 8 and there was still quite a lot of action going on. What you can see on screen right now is the battle for third place between Atreus, who is currently in third place, and Matt Jeffrey. You can also see, I think that's either BMC or Silverwolf in there, along with Twisted Tyre Fitter and the Cosworth, and they're coming up towards the follow-through. And this is the moment that Matt Jeffrey basically secures third place. And it's not the cleanest overtake you're ever going to see, because he tags the back of Twisted Tyre Fitter and then gets into Atreus as well and really unsettles him. So yeah, not the cleanest of overtakes, but he made it stick in the end, and that secured him third place. And we're going to stay with Atreus now, because this is the last lap of the race. As you can see, he comes over that bump, and pretty much in the same place we had our accident, he's going to have one. And then almost in a carbon copy with someone else, he's going to get into him as Twisted Tyre Fitter gets caught up in it. And what that's going to do, the other car you can see coming into the shot now is Peo, and he'd been on a bit of a charge. I think at the start of the lap he was, what, 3, 4, 5 seconds behind, and that accident gave him a big opportunity. As we come into the last corner now, you can see Peo's going to get a pretty good drive, but as is Atreus, and it's going to be dragged down to the line. That skyline is very, very quick in a straight line, obviously with twin turbos, and when those things start delivering that boost, it's going to be very, very quick. But try as Peo might, he just couldn't get there just before. I think with an extra 100 yards, I think Peo may have just got him. And yeah, the other thing we're going to see now is basically the end of the race, and this is Popeye winning the race. Obviously, very, very good, pretty much a spotless race. I think he does have a bit of damage. I don't think anyone was getting through this race without having a bit of the track taken home with them, in terms of scratches or a big clump of dirt or whatever. But yeah, he gets the win there. And looking at the rest of the results, it was Devil Dog who finished second there. Matt Jeffrey, as we mentioned, in third place, with Atreus fourth and Peo in fifth. And then we've got Tom in the BMW in a very good sixth place there. He was followed home by Silverwolf and Twisted Tyre Fitter. Colonel Redeye, a bit of a disastrous race for him, because I'm not sure, he didn't have a very good qualifying. He started a bit further down the order, and then it just kind of went from bad to worse in the race. I haven't had a look at the actual replay from his perspective, but I will. Then we've got BMC Racing in 10th, and the other two you can't see out of the picture is Laz in the other BMW, and then obviously ourselves with that DNF. What that all does in terms of the actual table though, as you can see, Popeye's extended his lead to, well, it's pretty much unreachable for us now. He's on 173 points and we're on 126. You may have caught that I just can't figure out the maths at the moment, because it's like 1 AM in the morning and I'm tired and I just want to get this finished and rendered. But yeah, I think realistically we have to say that the championship is gone for us. It was going to be a very slim chance that we could get him, but now I think he only needs about 5 points from the next 2 races, and I can't see him not achieving that mark unless he has DNFs in both, which again is possible, but I don't think it'll happen. Then we're going to look at the next 3 drivers, and it's very, very close. You've got Colonel Redeye and Matt Jeffrey tied on 99 points, and Peo on 95, so very tight battle for third place there. And also with my DNF, it brings them very much into contention for second place, so a couple of bad rounds for me, and I could find myself all the way down in 5th place. But looking at the rest of it, again, tight battles all over the place. We've got Mitch on 59, who wasn't here this week, unfortunately. We've got Twisted Tyre Fitter also on 59, Silverwolf on 58, Tom on 56, and Atreus, who's just returned this week and should be there for the next round as well, on 45, so he can get himself right in the thick of this by the final round of the season. Then we've got BMC Racing on 34, Laz on 29, Devil Dog also on 29 thanks to his second place finish today, Hotshot Kev on 24, who wasn't here, and Cherry Glenn on 10. But yeah guys, that's the end of this week's episode. So So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy, would like to see more Project Cars 2 or just general racing content from myself, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. As always, if you'd like to get involved with the guys from the Weekly Sim Racing Championships, there is a link to their Facebook group in the description below. They do all sorts of different events, not only on PS4 but PC as well. So and they're also taking names down for Season 3 of the Monday Night Touring Car League. So if you want to get involved in that, head over to that link in the description. Tell them Martinho sent you. But once again, guys, thank you everybody so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you next time out, where we are heading to Silverstone and hopefully a bit of a better result. Peace.